Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Today I have the pleasure of sitting with Danielle from the Independent Living Inc. Danielle, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming in again today. One of our monthly guests that is here every month, and it's usually you. And I like sitting down with you, and it's really good information here about a really good business here in Fitchburg. So today we're going to talk about caregivers. But before we get there, if people that are watching that don't know anything about Independent Living Inc., why don't you give a quick overview?
Sure. So Independent Living has been in business since 1973. We are a nonprofit. We serve people in Dane County, primarily older adults and people with disabilities. I'm the home modifications manager in my area. We have occupational therapy assistants that go into homes and evaluate for safety, accessibility, promoting that functional independence as people get older. Mm-hmm. And we have an on-staff carpenter that can make minor modifications to the home so people can continue to age while in place.
Awesome. It's a great thing you do. We've done many episodes that you can go back and watch on Facebook with Danielle and before Danielle, about all the home modification, and there's a lot of things you can do. But another thing we're going to touch on now is caregivers themselves, and that's a huge part to having people be able to stay in their homes, having caregivers come and help them out with a couple things. So who is a caregiver?
So a caregiver is anyone that's providing support to someone that needs some assistance that can be paid or unpaid. Staff at Independent Living, we're caregivers and we're paid caregivers. Unpaid caregivers are primarily family and friends. So it's anyone that's just providing some support to somebody that needs assistance regularly.
Okay. And with caregivers, so why is caregiving and support for caregivers becoming more and more important? So why is it important for that?
So the population, our average age is increasing, and in Dane County we have over 18,000 people right now that are over age 65 and live alone. Okay. So they probably need some support around that. There's a shortage of caregivers, and that includes the paid and the unpaid in this area right now. So that's where it's just becoming something that the viewers may even see in the news. They may see that the governor at the end of February created a task force to address the shortage and the issues. So people want to have the choice to age well wherever they would like to, including at home. But sometimes support is needed for that.
Absolutely. I'm sure it's there's always people out there that want to volunteer, but there is always, or help out and be a caregiver, but I'm sure you always need more. Like you said, There is a shortage. So if people are interested, please get in contact.
Yeah, and we'll just talk about the ways that, anyone that's watching today can be a caregiver to someone, in their life. There's some easy things to do that you probably could take place, today if you just think about it. So we'll get into some of that.
Yeah. Definitely. So let's get right into that then. So what are some things that so from outside friends and family, what can outside friends and family do for caregivers, like to help?
Sure. So you can give the caregiver, him or herself, a break, and really we would suggest that it doesn't take a lot of thought. Just find out what that person wants to do. Anything that would give them a relief from caregiving for their friend or family member or child, whoever that is, just to give them a break. You can also relieve them by taking their place and spending time with that individual that needs the direct care. And you just focus on what that person likes, that person's interests. So if it is an older adult, since that's, our common people that we help, maybe they enjoy puzzles, going for a drive, going for a coffee, reminiscing. It's not a lot of time or money. It's really just the thought and putting that kindness and putting yourself out there to help that can be done.
Definitely. And what else, as a caregiver, can a caregiver have a caregiver?
Yeah, and so that's where, independent living kind of comes into play. I mean, we work with families and the natural supports that are around, that central person. If that's an older adult, we're working with what I would call like the sandwich generation people like myself. 28% of caregivers are sandwich generation. We're caring for our parents and for children. So we can help even if it's just once a week that maybe someone comes in to do, the bathing or some meal prep or some laundry or some cleaning. We have those services available. If someone's having a hard time getting up or down, whether that's from the bed, in the bathroom, their favorite chair, that's where in my area we can come in and maybe provide some adaptive equipment or build something that helps that individual be able to do that independently, so that they don't need their loved one there morning and night to help. Just
Right.
a variety of things. We'll come in and take a look and figure out what we can do. But yeah, we want to work with natural supports and those willing family members to provide some relief where we can.
Awesome. And how would a caregiver looking for some support, how would they get in contact with
Sure.
you?
So our main number is 274-7900. And when someone calls in, they can just say who they are and their relationship, if they're a caregiver for someone else, and give a brief description of what's going on or what they'd like help with. And then whoever's answering the phone will get that caller to the right manager. So that might be myself or one of my coworkers. And some people do utilize 2 or 3 of our services. So you could end up talking to a few different people. Just call us and we will get it figured out.
Awesome. Well, that sounds great. I know we're already run out of time here, but we got through most of our questions here today. But again, if you ever have any questions, please call Danielle or anyone over at Independent Living, and they'll get you a hold of the right person.
Yeah, we just encourage people to call. The statistics have shown people wait 4 or 5 years before asking for that help to
Right.
help their family members. So just don't hesitate to call. A lot of our programs have financial assistance available to qualified individuals too. So we just encourage people to call and we'll figure it out.
Awesome.
All right.
That's a really good service, and I appreciate it, Danielle.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
coming in today. And we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.